Hi, I'm Adam C and welcome to a massive disappointment. We're in Brussels with some Renault Twingos, so exciting. I got up at 1:30 a.m. this morning, headed to Folkestone for the Channel crossing and our first surprise of the day. Okay, I'm sorry, but what is going on? Who's buying all these Kias? We've just got out to discover there's more! We got on the train straight over to France for our second surprise, which wasn't quite as delightful because we were heading to Brussels for Auto World, this amazing car museum that's right in front of us. And today, ladies and gentlemen, it is closed. So, today's plan, we've got these 3 Twingos that have just been bought by EP Comps and soon can be won by some of you guys. Any of you guys could win these cars and we're going to drive them back to the UK, and we were meant to be going to this museum and show you around the museum first. So I'm going to try and find some other museums to go to on the way back. But for some positivity, I get to choose which Twingo I can take. So these are all Phase 2, but Mark 1 Twingos. And obviously I'm restoring my Mark 1 ready for Adam C-Fest. Mine is red, but we have this metallic Initial with leather interior. We've got the purple example and a teal with a sunroof. And it is sunny today, but I think purely because of its purpleness, the hue of this metallic paintwork, I'm gonna pick, oh, purple nuts over here, the grape. I've already given it a nickname, the grape, and I guess this one's like champagne gold. We could go to Champagne. That's France. That neighbour's Champagne. They got Reims-Gueux is a motor circuit. It's 100 years ago, 1929, that's when they began. They used to race like Formula 1, there was a 12-hour endurance race, they did bike racing, and now it's all abandoned and derelict. There might be a museum. Basically, we've got 12 hours, my watch isn't working, until our crossing back, and we get to take these Twingos home for you to win. So this is my example. So the Phase 2 has slightly less quirky interior than my Phase 1. I might have to steal this because mine's broken. That's the same. Oh, look at that, it's cleaner than mine. 134/01-12. Of course, remember that. So we've got Hamilton, he's driving the turquoise example, yes. And then Ed from EP Comps has the other one that doesn't start very easily currently.
Very well. It will do, when it's going, it will be fine.
Right! To Rams! Yes! This is luxurious compared to mine. I've got electrically powered windows. When I was a kid, every time we come to Europe, I would spot every single Renault Twingo that I could find. My dad would hate it. And on the way here, the whole way to Belgium, we saw none whatsoever. I think they've all fallen apart and rusted away, or maybe they're all investment pieces of automobilia these days. Twingo! Apparently out of the 3, this is the fastest one, with good air induction noises. It's not fast. There's been a disappointing lack of Mark 1 Twingos on the way here. We've seen 3 in total, and it's very hard to break the law in this car, but it's okay. We've found a museum. Oh, there's a C3 Corvette in like a race livery. Let's see if they'll allow us to look at the auction. So thanks to a variety of things, 2 of the 3 cars have made it, and as I said, there's an auction here. It's like they heard I was coming. Got the Audi RS2. But this little car, honestly, is an absolute trooper. Like, it was pinned to the max for like an hour of driving, and it didn't break any speed limits, officer. It's just incredible. It can go through so much abuse. I can't wait to get mine on the road. I recently found out quite a lot about my car's history, though, and the MOT history on mine just doesn't really make sense because there's so much on it that hasn't been changed. So I used Car Vertical to do that check, and for example, the tyres, they're from the year 2000 and the year 2001, having a look on them, and it's past MOTs up to the year 2022. So you can use my discount code of ADAMC to get 20% off your Car Vertical report, so you can do that report on your car, so you're not hit with a piece that I've been hit with. I mean, I only paid £350 for my car, so I'm not actually that concerned about it, but the mileage has also been rolled back twice on it. And there's bits of corrosion that were advisories like 10, 20 years ago that are still problems with the car now. I mean, look, both the front chassis rails corroding. That was in 2010. So myself and Hard Up Garage have been restoring the car ready for its Adam Seafest reveal. But as well as mileage, you've got financial and legal status checks, you've got damage, you've got theft. Don't know why anyone would want to steal this car. So thanks to Car Vertical for sponsoring today's video with my code ADAMC, getting you 20% off your report. Also, talking of Adam Seafest, we think we're going to give this car away to one of you at Adam Seafest with EP Comps. So check them out on Instagram and see what we do with all the other Twingos. Hopefully there will be a third one with us and we can go into the museum. It's very quiet in here. So this is my first French car museum that I have been to, but it's not just French automobiles. We've got a BMW here. And this looks like almost a replica of Alonso's Formula One car here. These can't be genuine. That is too big. That is not a genuine race car. Surely not. That's just a model. It's absolutely massive. It says it's got a V12 Ferrari unit in it. There's got a Matra next door. But this here is a genuine car. This is a Hommel Barquette made by a French guy called Michael Hommel, and he uses Peugeot 2-litre 4-cylinder engines to power these cars. 6-speed manual, and this, being the Barquette, is a Spider open top. They also made closed top variants of it, so it's a very French sports car here. This one in blue two-tone, very much like a Renault Spider, which is another French sports car with that silver bit on top of it. And then come around the rear, this is what I love the most. You've got Vauxhall Astra rear lights. So the Barquette was created in 1994, had only 155 horsepower, but could reach speeds of about 138 miles per hour. Unfortunately, in 2003, Hommel discontinued with their trading due to financial reasons, so you don't see them that often. But it's just crazy. These are just like, I think they're wooden mock-ups of Formula One cars, and the scale is completely disproportionate to what they should be. So we'll have a look further down, see what other cars we can find, hopefully something quirky, much like a Facel Vega. It's not quite the auto world that we had hoped for when we began this trip. At least we can see some cars in a museum, and after this we will head to the Ram circuit. Hamilton's not happy.
I'm very not happy with this.
No?
No.
But what about this? It's a Peugeot. So this is a one-off by a local coach builder. They started with a Peugeot 403 and then created this unique body. And you'll notice the windscreen. It's a 190 Mercedes, like a Pagoda's windscreen. So borrowed a few components to create this, I'm not going to say beautiful design, but curvaceous design on the Peugeot 403, still with its 4-cylinder engine up front. There is a 403 next door, so you can... That's ridiculous. That's how we started. I don't know if it was a van version. And then this is a Citroën Eco 2000. It's got a 3-cylinder engine. It was half funded by the French government to try and cut fuel consumption back in 1984. Got a few more Citroëns next door to that. It's got a GS with the CX next door, and then just opposite that we've got the Citroën Visa Chrono, which was meant to compete with the Peugeot 205 GTI, because the Visa was like the 205 and then the Chrono was their almost rally pedigree version, but it never really took off because this type of car was just going out of fashion when they created it, especially in competition use. And then this is the Citroën BX, this one being the homologated road-going version of the rally car. They made 200 production models to comply with regulations for competitive use. So this is a road-going Citroën rally car with a go-kart next door to it. And just before we head to the top, we've got the Renault Alpine, a few race cars, the Foreigner market, that. Ooh, but quite an exciting section up here. It's not just French vehicles. So you've got a Dodge Dart finished in orange, absolute race car there. Got the Lancia Aurelia. There was actually a Lancia exhibition in Auto World with a concept car based on the Aurelia that I was looking forward to showing you, but no. Fiat Dino next door to that with the very French yellow headlights. That was a French tradition, and that's been brought over by the MG-C GT. So obviously their 6-cylinder version of the very popular MG-B GT, but randomly next door to that is an X-Power MGTF track car. I've never seen anything like this before. A wide body MGTF, got a spoiler at the back of it and spotlights on the front. And it was partly to do with those spotlights that made me not recognise this car at all. It used to have a green livery, the X-Power MGTF 500. Can you recognise it now? I'm a bit ashamed that I didn't. And this car has been hidden away in France for quite some time. I've got a bit of history now that I've actually been able to do my research. As I said, this was an unplanned museum. If I'd known we'd gone there, I would have maybe worked out exactly what this car is and the meaning behind it. So they developed this car to celebrate the relaunch of MG and their new ZR, ZS and ZT models. It was launched at the 2001 Le Mans 24 Hours and has a Le Mans engine in it, an experimental prototype engine with 500 horsepower from an MG Lola EX257. Hence the livery. But it wasn't meant to be a production car. But this car in the museum has worn French number plates. It's only a one-off, although there are some reports that there are two somewhere, but I'm only going off this being a one-off in what I'm about to tell you. So this went through auction in 2009. It was at MG Live at Silverstone with an estimate between £28,000 and £34,000, and apparently it sold. Then several years later in 2012, it sold on eBay for £25,000, but then just a few weeks later went up for auction with iconic auctioneers, but I don't think it sold. This was at Race Retro. But somehow after that it entered the private hands of a collector in France, and he used the car for a couple of French rallies and stripped the car of all of its graphics. He darkened the wheels and he added the spotlights, and that was enough to throw me. Although you can still see its green bucket seats inside, so a bit of green left over. Now there is a gentleman in the UK who is making a replica of the original MG X-Power 500 based on his own MGTF, and he has been looking for this car and sussing out his whereabouts, so I let him know that it is still in the museum because it was only meant to be in the museum for 8 months. It went there in 2019, but it's still owned by that collector in France. So there's been a few pictures of the museum's collector with the car, but I think it is owned by another local in that town, and it's still in that museum. And I mean, a lot of people in the MG forums want it to come back to the UK because it's a matter of significance for the MG brand. Nice vintage race suit with his contemporary footwear. But look at this random section, starting off with the Buick. These look like barn find cars. The Peugeot next door, they're parked so close together. Got the Renault, the Mini, the Panhard, BMW, all parked within inches of each other. I think that's meant to be Tom Cruise. I'm sorry for being so ill-prepared. You've got a Trabant here, but could this be the most unusual collection of cars? Often museums start life as someone's private collection and then opens it up to the public and then accumulates the cars. So not only has he got the cars parked up, but they are there for public inspection. Now I'm going to head further down here to the Peugeot 504. We've got a Simca next door to that, and unusually another Trabant, and then these are some micro cars. Things like that one doesn't have wheels at all. There's Noddy's car. It's got some controls here. Maybe it's a safety vehicle. Oh, maybe it's to practice your road test. What is she doing? Oh, now come on. Oh, yes. They're phase ones as well. Elite. But after a quick look in the gift shop, we exited the museum to find our good friend having a kip. But it's time to go to Reims-Gueux, the Formula race circuit, with a little bit of energy. Now, after the Reims-Gueux circuit was abandoned in 1972, the Reims-Gueux circuit is an essential trip for many petrolheads on their way down to Le Mans or various events in France. They can park up on the straight, although you're not strictly allowed to. We're going to do that and show you what it's like. I haven't been here for about 9 years. 2017, I brought my TVR wedge here, and we are back. There's a Mazda 323 who has parked up, and we have arrived at the famous pit straight. So, strictly speaking, there are signs saying do not park, but it's part of the French heritage of racing, and we have brought our 3 Twingos to the straight for the photos. This is all being preserved nicely as part of their history. Motorsport runs rich in the veins of the French, And this is the purest example. And you can go backstage behind the pits and see the old track crossing underneath, much like Goodwood Motor Circuit, and even walk up to the tower. Now, I think the road has been widened from the original race circuit, but it still follows the same route, and you can drive the original 1926 route of this circuit. It underwent a few changes throughout its lifetime, but it is great to see it still preserved. Here is our legend, our little backup car and taxi for the trip. When the circuit was surplus to requirements due to it being quite a fast road course and not a lot of races took place, there was a lot of bike races toward its end, the mayor at the time decided it should be destroyed. But he moved on, and the new mayor came in and either decided it wasn't worth the cost of destruction or just kept it here, because why not? And us car enthusiasts are very grateful for its preservation. We're on an automotive adventure to the top of the tower.
Look at the Twingos. I almost like them.
You love the Twingos. Oh, beautiful. I don't know about you, but that bush there looks like a 1960s Grand Prix car, but only with 3 wheels. There's the front nose. But from our last stop until the way home, this is our final sight of the 3 Twingos in daylight. It is such a shame. We planned to go to Auto World. Normally, they're open on Thursdays, but not on Fridays. And then this week, for some reason, they swapped it around. And we didn't realise till we got off the boat. We worked out that we've all got enough fuel to get to Calais if we drive sensibly, but we're going to race to see who's the first one there. Le Mans start. You see, the trouble with Le Mans starts is they don't belt up. That's why they got rid of it. Oh, I've got traffic. That's why they eliminated Le Mans starts, because people would move away so quickly they wouldn't bother belting up. It was after Jackie Itt held a protest, got in his car, belted up and drove away slowly. He ended up still winning the race, but the year later they canned the Le Mans starts because it was just too dangerous. After a slow getaway, my plan was to preserve my fuel and try and get there on the remainder of the tank. But after Ed went past me, I noticed the fuel was shooting down. So I pulled over at the first petrol station with no one there and put in some super unleaded to try my best. I caught up with Ed rather quickly, so he must have stopped at another fuel station, and we battled with each other for quite a while. It was amazing. I can't believe it paid off! I don't know where the others are, but I've gained a place. I continued with my foot pinned to the throttle, the car barely capable of 130 kilometers, until I found out the answer to the only question on my mind. I just went past Hamilton. He's in the petrol station. I'm in the lead. And after that, it was the long cruise back, knowing that I was in first position, so I calmed the heck down and cruised on in. Oh, I have made it. It's here. The pizzeria, and I've won.
You are actually joking.
Oh my God, he's literally right behind me.
You are actually joking.
How?
How is that?
That was 2.5 hours.
I literally just pulled in behind you.
What?
What the actual hell just...
I was stuck at those lights for like 3 minutes, like, come on now.
I ran those lights.
Because
you must have properly run them.
I was taking it easy the last bit, but
So I have established that mine is the slowest Twingo. No, it is. No, because you came storming up behind me.
I was on the limiter.
oh my
Well, you
goodness.
know, everyone always said that Top Gear Races was rigged.
Yeah, I know that was
How is it that close?
So I was like, I'm going to do a fuel efficient run. So I started off slow.
Okay.
I don't know how you got behind me, then overtook me. You had a plan, and then I realised I was watching my fuel gauge go down so quickly. So the first fuel station, I did a quick splash and dash, put 40 euros in, which was, just about enough.
Yeah.
And then I blatted it, and I eventually, quite quickly caught up with you. I guess you filled
Very
up
much
quite
so.
early as well.
So I was at a petrol station.
Did you hear me beep as I went past you?
I did.
Yeah!
I did, and I thought that's probably but I couldn't pay, and I was trying to use Apple Pay.
Yeah.
So I had to rummage in my bag, find a random debit card, transfer. If I hadn't had to have done all of that.
Oh, how efficient were your payage stops? I was so quick
I
at the
was
top.
good.
I
Card
saw
out.
you at the stop.
Did
as
you?
As you were going, where's my ticket? And
Yeah.
you were just leaving. I was like, I'm
Oh,
going to
but
get him.
I can't believe this has happened.
Where is the fast car though?
Yeah, where is the fast car? That's a really good question.
They were at the
Oh,
petrol
look what's
station
there.
Oh,
I'm on.
come join. So this is us, the three Twingos. I didn't know it was that close. I was just like, we're here. And I could hear them screaming behind me, like, how has that happened? But this is the pizzeria, these are the Twingos, and that was our French and Belgium takeover. Oh! The legend has finally arrived! How did the Twingos beat the legend? So after the most dramatic finish ever, I hope you enjoyed that video. You can win my Twingo at Adam Seafest on the 3rd of May. There are tickets in the video's description for the car show, and EP Comps will be raffling off maybe even all 3 of these cars. So I can't wait to see who wins the car and to show you and reveal the new colour on my Twingo at the show. So drop some comments, tell me what colour you think I should go, but I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's been amazing. But for now, thanks for watching.